This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at sphererocketva.com and find out how we can make your life easier.
Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Icon Podcast. I am your host, Gianna. Today, we've got the opportunity of getting to know Jake Rockwell. Thank you for your time. Excited to have you here.
Yeah, thanks, Gianna. Appreciate, look forward to chatting.
Of course. So, Jake, take us back to the beginning. Who are you? Where are you from? How did you grow up to become a real estate agent?
Well, that's a long story, but from Oregon, grew up, born and raised in Oregon, and ended up in Southern Oregon after college, and really early out of college, got into business for myself. Owned a few different businesses, a brewery at one point, and then
cool.
started some internet companies and sold those off right before the crash. And along with the crash, I went down with the crash as well. And then got my license in 2013, a little over 9 years ago, and saw a buddy having success in real estate, and thought, hey, let's give it a try. And once I dove in, I grew fairly quickly.
Yeah, why not me, right? So, Jake, was EXP your first brokerage then, or how did you come across EXP? What was your thought process in making that transition?
No, I started out with a regional brokerage when I first got my license in 2013. Built fairly quickly and then built the team out of necessity and was there for about 3 years. At that point, I decided to open up my own brokerage, mainly because of the fees. I was with a brokerage that had a large cap, and then they had a franchise fee, royalty fee that never went away or never capped. So I was looking at about $75,000 to $100,000 in fees at that point. So started my own brokerage, Rockwell Real Estate. Had that for about a year. We grew about 70% in 2017, doing 250 transactions or so. And during that time, EXP had been introduced to me, but that was about 6 months into having my own brokerage. I was like, I'm not making any change. I'm happy. Everything's going fine.
Right.
Didn't give it the opportunity, didn't look at it. Fast forward another 6 months, after about a year of having my own brokerage, everything was still great. Finished off a great year. Someone reintroduced it to me. I finally, as a business person, took the time to look at it, look at the numbers, find out what it could offer, not only myself, but more importantly, my team members. And so early 2018, we made the leap, and we had about 10 or 12 people on our team or in our company that moved over to EXP, and my team thought I was crazy. They're like, what the heck are you doing? Why are you trying to fix something that's not broke? And I said, you got to trust me. This is going to be better for all of you. And 4.5 years later, we're living the dream of EXP, and it's, I can't think of being at a different company at this point. I don't know why every agent on the planet isn't with this company, to be honest with you. But
absolutely. No, you're right. And, kicking overhead, right? You don't have like those expenses anymore. Plus, hey, yes, if you go to EXP, close down your brokerage, you've got a cap, but guess what? You can earn that cap back if you're really good at what you do. So looks like you're taking advantage of it, Jake, which is awesome. So gosh, what was my next question? Oh, yeah, there we go. Is it Monday? I don't know where I'm at. Jake, so now that you're over at, not that I do like 50 of these a day or anything. Jake, now that you're over at EXP, they've got stock options, collaboration, rev share, lots of cool features. So what's one of your favorite parts about being with EXP? What keeps you here?
Oh, it's a completely different company that has true collaboration, and it was just built into the model, obviously, with the stock and the revenue share. But It's the people. You compare it to other types of companies and brokerages, and when you truly get to know who this company is, you realize how real it is and how real the people are, how genuine the leadership of the company is into helping their agents, and how genuine the agents are willing to help other agents across the country. And it's been amazing. You can call up pretty much anybody in the company and pick their ear, and they'll give you their strategies, and we do the same for others. So it's probably the collaboration part of it. Obviously, the financial part of it's beneficial with the stock and the revenue share, but the special part is the people.
Absolutely. The community that EXP has to offer, that is hard to find at other brokerages because it's a dog eat dog world out there, Jake. So before we dive into all things Icon, let's talk a little bit about you, your work-life balance. Does that exist for you? What does it look like for you as a real estate agent? How do you draw the line between work and play and set boundaries and try to take care of yourself while taking care of business at the same time? It's tough.
Yeah, well, I've been really fortunate over the last 9 years to build out a team in such a way that really it's a mega team now. We've got about 50 people with staff and agents across a few different states, and it's the way we've structured it has allowed me to really kind of get out of production and have that balance. So we spend a lot of time having fun, do a lot of traveling. I've got a 12-year-old. My whole family golfs. Finally got my wife golf, and I told her a few years ago, I said, if you don't want to be lonely in retirement, you better take up golf. So anyway, we golf. And
I think I've heard.
We travel quite a bit. And so I've got a really good balance, in my opinion. Sometimes maybe a little too much on the fun side. And so I lose, you get comfortable and you lose focus on what you really want to get to and what you want to do career-wise and business-wise. And so I just try to add more stuff to my plate to keep me going, and so it's been good. I've got a great team around me, and it's there's always room for improvement, but it's been good.
Absolutely. So, Jake, you said you've got a team, but you also have staff. So, to get to this mega icon level, what were some of the first hires you made to be able to scale up like this?
Sure. An admin person originally was just someone that actually my first person was just an admin person that helped with paperwork. She also would help with buyers, and so they were licensed. After that, I really brought in like an ISA, an inside salesperson that helped with managing the leads coming in and setting up appointments and so forth for myself and some other agents that we had at the time. But it really started clicking, a couple of years ago when we really I got an internal agent, which is actually my brother, who really started handling a lot of my sphere business, my repeat business, and helped. It was much easier to hand that business off to him. And then we've got an admin person, full-time marketer that really kind of helps run the whole company. Recently, in the last year, we hired an onboarding trainer that, one sec. And they are, their main focus is help bring agents in and get them up to speed and give them the biggest opportunity for success. Early on, it was really hard to provide that training and that one-on-one mentoring. Obviously, EXP helps a lot with that, with the amount of training Absolutely. They do. But the onboarding person is dedicated to making sure when they get here within our team, not only on our team or any agents that we bring in with EXP, to make sure they don't feel lost. And that was a big game changer. Now we've got people pretty much lining up to join the team. We interview probably 2 or 3 agents a week now. And so those hires were key. Admin staff, to take things off my plate that I didn't really necessarily enjoy doing or
sure. So you can focus on more money making things or leadership things or whatever it takes, to make your business run. So Jake, let's talk about production, right? So that's one of the first components of being an icon agent. So what does that average housing price look like for you up in your area of Oregon? And about how many homes do you need to sell to be able to cap?
Well, our average home price is probably a little over 400,000. So, okay, not the highest, not the lowest, but here probably to cap, it's probably 10 to 12 houses. And then obviously I don't, running on a mega team is a little bit different because there's a lot of team splits that flow in there. I don't do a lot of production myself now, but because of the team splits, it adds into all that production.
Absolutely. So, Jake, beyond production, you also have, and you mentioned it earlier, you have the cultural commitment. So it could be mentoring, teaching, icon panels, vetting other icons. So what's your cultural commitment and why do you opt for that one?
Mainly been doing mentoring. It's just naturally what I've been doing, over the last 9 years with the agents on our team and other agents that I introduced to EXP or just anybody that's looking for help. So probably on the mentoring side, I've done a little bit of all of it, and then I'll teach a little bit when we're at the events during the X camps and so forth.
Absolutely. So, Jake, those are the two key components of becoming an icon agent. And with that, you get your cap back in stock. You get the opportunity to go to EXP Con, shareholders, and earn stock awards. It's an elite status, reputable title. So, what is your favorite part about being an icon agent, and why do you continue to set that as a standard for yourself year after year?
Well, I don't necessarily focus on getting icon. It just, icon is a result of actions, and so we're big on activities and actions, and so I focus my time on helping others, and then icon comes
Sure.
financially. It comes, but obviously, I love the stock. I've been here 4.5 years, and we were getting 16,000. I think this is my fifth icon year. I buy icon every year, obviously, and then, but seeing that stock portfolio from 4.5 years ago, $16,000 worth of stock when it was $3, $4, $5 a share.
Right.
You
It
know,
adds up.
it adds up. It's helped me, purchase more real estate and do other things in my life that maybe I wouldn't have been able to.
Absolutely. So, Jake, if somebody were to come up to you and maybe join your team, right? And, or not, like just kind of join your mentorship program, depending, because you have a mega team. So let's say, for example, they come up to you and they're like, Jake, I really want icon this year. Is that possible for me? What are some goals to set out on or major mistakes to avoid in order to become an icon agent?
So that's a two-part question because I have agents on my team that ask about icon. And it's to be an icon on a team is a little more difficult, and really on a mega team, in all honesty, it doesn't pencil.
Right.
Because on a mega team, they have a $4,000 cap. And if they just go buy $16,000 worth of stock, it equals 20,000.
Yeah.
But as a regular agent, you have a $16,000 cap, 5,000 in post cap fees. That's 21,000. So it doesn't pencil for a mega team member.
Sure.
But any other person that wants to hit icon, it really comes down to the activities and we try to really simplify the business to be able to sell, 20, 30, 40 homes a year. And it just comes down to conversations, plain and simple. How many people are you talking to? And if you don't have enough people you're talking to, then you're just not, you're not looking in the right places, but there's plenty of people to talk to.
You're not taking advantage of your sphere of influence there.
Sphere of influence, lead generation. I got people, I got a guy on our team that does geo calling, and I call it white page calling because he just calls neighborhoods, and he does really well with it. And that's his main focus. And so it's easy for him to get the conversations in.
Right. Absolutely. No, that's smart. And Jake, when it came to EXP introduced to you, I know you didn't want to spend the time with it because you had your baby, your brand, your own brokerage until, it was finally reintroduced to you. So were you ever skeptical of EXP? What was your thought process with it when you were approached by it, right? Because it's a pyramid scheme. It's a cult.
Yeah, the rev share part, the pyramid scheme or MLM or whatever you want to call it. I've never been interested in those kind of businesses. I was a part of one back in college. It just didn't feel right. And part of it with EXP still didn't feel right in the beginning. But I think the hurdle what got me over that hurdle was realizing that I'm not trying to talk people into selling candles that aren't already selling candles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to other EXP agent or other agents that are at brokerage A, and we're at brokerage B, and here's what we have to offer. Do you know what I mean? So it's just introducing an opportunity for someone that's already selling real estate and how to get more out of their brokerage. And so it really wasn't, it didn't feel like that pyramid MLM and so forth. And obviously the Rev Share program has made some adjustments over the last few years, and it's been awesome. It's, I truly believe that when I'm introducing EXP to another agent, I'm just trying to help them. And if they don't want my help, that's fine, next. But that's why I say I don't understand why every agent on the planet isn't with this company. There just isn't a better company and that offers so much. And anyway, it just made a lot of sense. Not, like I said, for the revenue share is great, and that's a great retirement type plan. But we have a high producing team, and so the most of our income is from that. But it was really, how do I give my agents ownership? How do I give my agents more training? How do I give them an opportunity for revenue share? And so this was an answer to that from coming from my own brokerage. And then when I have a team member that wants to go build their own team, I'm the first to help them go build their own team. So
I love that. And so, Jake, if somebody is out there, they're watching this episode and they're like, man, I am this close to joining EXP, but I'm nervous. I don't know how to break up with my broker. They're like family, or, what if it doesn't work out? All these things. What would you have to say to them to be like, make that move? It's worth it.
Well, I mean, there's always that loyalty question, or that loyalty situation for brokers wanting to leave their other brokerage. And it's like, what have you gotten for that loyalty? And is that brokerage owner or that brokerage leader, are they paying your bills and your family's bills? Who's first? And it should be you and your family that comes first. And at the end of the day, when I made the decision, I was like, okay, if I don't do it, in 10 years, I might regret it.
Right.
If I do it in 10 years, what do I have to lose? Because at the worst, I started my business out with branding myself. So I've always had my own brand and logo from the very beginning. And the brokerage, no offense to EXP, the brokerage doesn't matter when it comes to me going and selling real estate. It's the relationships that we build. And so at the end of the day, if I joined EXP and it wasn't right, I'll just go back to wherever as my own brokerage or whatever brokerage, and it's still going to be Rockwell Group, wherever I'm at. So that change, I don't think, people are too concerned about making a change and what it might do to their clients. They're in love with their agent. They're in love with the people, and it's that relationships that really stick. So
absolutely. I love that, Jake. Very well said. Are you going to be at EXP Con next month?
I am. Actually, I was just chatting with some of my crew, and I think we've got about 8 to 10 people heading down here next month. So
great. Awesome. Well, hopefully I run into you there. And Jake, as we wrap it up today, is there anything that you want to leave the listeners with?
I think that the big thing is obviously EXP is a no-brainer. But when it comes to the real estate business, you focus on your actions and your activities. The results will follow. Too many people try to measure their results, and we should be measuring our activities and our actions, because that's what gets the results. And so if I can help anybody, obviously, out there, whether they're with EXP or not, they can obviously reach out to me anytime and be happy to help. So appreciate you having me.
Awesome. Jake, it's been a pleasure getting to know you, and I will see you in Vegas.
Sounds good. Take care.
This Icon podcast is hosted and sponsored by Sphere Rocket Virtual Assistants, a leading provider for your virtual assistants and outsourcing needs. Owned by one of the top-ranking EXP agents, Justin Nelson. Sphere Rocket VA provides a one-stop virtual staffing solution for business owners, and we specialize in helping business owners grow their business by leveraging through virtual assistants. Trusted by the top names in the real estate industry like Kyle Whistle, Andrew Franklin, John Kitchens, and many more. Get ready to up your success, and we'll help you achieve your business goals. Book your free consultation at SphereRocketVA.com and find out how we can make your life easier.